Next week, I will stand in the United States Capitol alongside senators and introduce the Civil Rights Bill that I wrote. Did you know that you can write a bill and get it introduced in Congress? There are a lot of steps, and today I'll show you mine. The bill is a Sexual Assault Survivor Bill of Rights, and it was born from my experience with a broken criminal justice system. I am a rape survivor, and I remember walking into the waiting room of my local area rape crisis center and seeing so many people there. But the greatest injustice that I've ever faced was not the act of rape itself, but rather the subsequent denial of my rights by the country that I love. You see, in America, I thought we were born equal under the law. And yet, as a survivor, I discovered that this isn't the case. Survivors are often re-victimized by the very system that was built to seek and protect justice. One of the first things that happens after a rape is a 3 to 7 hour long examination. It's called a rape kit for short, and it's critical evidence collection. It takes this long because the crime scene is your body. In Massachusetts, there is a 6-month deadline for survivors to report the crime before that kit can be destroyed, even if the statute of limitations to report the crime in Massachusetts is 15 years. That means every 6 months, the survivor needs to fight to hold on to this evidence from the trash can. And in California, Colorado, Illinois, and Texas, they don't destroy kits. These huge irregularities means that justice depends on geography. And in building a legal argument for why I deserve to know where DNA samples taken from my body are, I found a patchwork of rights across America. Over 40 states have backlogs and untested kits. A handful of states, including Massachusetts, don't notify the survivor when they permanently dispose of a kit. No state has comprehensive civil rights for survivors. Justice cannot depend on geography. My story is not mine alone. The CDC estimates that there are 25 to 30 million survivors in the United States. That's equivalent to the entire population of Texas. And these millions are navigating a legal labyrinth. It's through data-driven comparative analysis of state laws and policies, as well as meeting with these survivors, that I understood there is a huge but fixable problem. My vision is simple. Fix the patchwork of rights. Take the rights that already work in states that are least controversial and put them together so that we are equal under the law. These rights are so basic. Rights like, don't destroy the evidence before the statute of limitation runs out, or notify survivors what their rights are so they have resources, or create a task force with key stakeholders so that everyone can assess the effectiveness of these policies. Look, these rights can even help the accused. It's just a bad idea to throw away evidence. DNA evidence often exonerates the accused. These rights will result in the actual identification of real perpetrators. The testing of 11,000 untested rape kits in Detroit, Michigan resulted in the identification of 100 serial rapists and 10 convicted rapists. I had a choice: accept injustice or rewrite the law. And one of these things is a lot better than the other. So I, along with an incredible team, wrote this bill. It actually started from one mass email. I emailed everyone I knew, and people wrote back. We're coders, students, activists, millennials, healthcare professionals, and together we volunteered our time to research and come up with a common sense solution. Then came the hard part, convincing politicians to care. And more times than I can count, people told me, my constituents just don't know me for this, or I have a re-election I know we're about. But we went door to door in state houses and in the U.S. Congress. We literally just Googled staff emails and then met with anyone who would care to listen to our fight. And that's how we found our champions. In 2 months, we introduced the bill in Massachusetts. In 4 months, other states asked us for the bill. And in 5 months, we found ourselves in the halls of the United States Congress. But this process hasn't been abstract for me. The very month my first federal legislation was introduced, I found out that against an extension put into place, my kit was removed wrongly from the forensic lab and almost destroyed. So if the process of change feels tiring and sucky, trust me, I feel you. But with this bill, we have a path forward. We have a real chance of making enormous change for millions of people. I want to leave you with 3 things today. The first is the issue, that you understand how broken the criminal justice system is for survivors. The second is the solution, that with this bill, we have a path forward. And the third is the realization that the voices of ordinary citizens can still change the world. To be honest with you, it's really scary for me to be on the stage right now and share with you something so personal. But I am doing it because I want you to see the value in these civil rights. And I'm hoping that you also see you have agency over what happens in your own states and in your own towns. You see, the most powerful tool that we have is our voice. And that is why I am using mine today to fight for these rights. And that is why I encourage you to fight for whatever it is you dream about. Because it is possible to change the nation and the world. All it takes is one voice. Thank you.